Can you tell us about the adoption bill you'll be introducing in the House this week?
Sure, sure. Again, this is just common sense legislation. When did it ever get to the point that people of faith and organizations of faith should be discriminated against when it comes to adopting children or foster care? That just doesn't make sense. And where I'm from, listen, I have no problem with people who are good people adopting children or take them into their foster home. What I do have a problem when the government makes a policy that says, but here's the problem, see, you people of faith, no, 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 no more. We're going to put a little bit of a governor on you so you can't get the same benefits as the other people. It's just strictly, again, I think it's an attack on our religious freedoms and our liberties. Very carefully in the First Amendment, what the founders put in there. And they did, I think it's 46 or 47 words, but the first thing they talk about is religion. The first thing they talk about is our faith. Why all of a sudden, in 2014, have we completely flipped everything around? I'm not saying take things from other people. I'm saying why you're discriminating against the faith-based people. That doesn't make sense. And I don't think it's good for those children. If it's truly about the kids, if it's truly about raising children the right way, then you can't possibly feel the way some of these folks feel. It's just impossible. I wasn't raised that way, and I don't think most of America was.
So how would you respond to people who argue that it's same-sex couples that are being discriminated against?
No, I don't think it's any further from the truth. All the legislation I see lately has to do with making sure that those folks' rights are protected. The president talks about it constantly. A lot of my friends on the other side talk about it constantly. I don't talk about it because it was never an issue with me. I never sat down and said, well, you know what, I'm not sure about these folks. They're not quite like I am. I've never thought that way. But I was raised by people that came out of the toughest times, but the best times, the best towns and times by the best parents, preachers, teachers, coaches. They taught us differently. But again, they had gone through the Great Depression and World War II. They had a different concept because they had paid the greatest price for our freedom and liberty. Those are the people that raised me. So some of these other things, I know people get, they get wrapped around the axle on this stuff and all spun up. That was never an issue with us growing up. So I don't quite get it right now, but that's not where I come from. I come from a little different area of the country. People are pretty clear-headed, and they look at things, I think, pretty much the way they were raised.
For the Daily Signal, I'm Kelsey Harkness.